I'm going to make a couple of videos on my thinking. My thinking on a whole range of subjects. You know, I'm 56 years old, and I've come from a place of really being, super active in my community to really, really tired and burnt out and non-active for a lot of years, and everything, the yin and the yang of it are all coming together. And what I want to share is, just a few thoughts in terms of what I'm learning, my wisdom. It shouldn't take too long in terms of the videos. The first thing that I want to talk about is the mundane nature of life. For a lot of us, we go to school, we try to get hard grades, we work hard in the system for that better job, for that nicer car and all of that stuff that society says we should have in order to be successful and have status and so forth. In my case, I did the same thing, but I threw everything into one cause. I threw everything into the Aboriginal struggle. And people will tell you in my 20s, 30s, and maybe even 40s, I was quite driven with the whole concept of social justice and making a difference. And I was never out front. I was never the one, on the mic or making the speeches, because I don't have a strong voice, or I'm not very good, as you can tell in the video, of just coming up with thoughts, nor am I a quick thinker when people ask me questions. I'm more of a reflective backroom writer kind of guy, where I can see a whole lot of stuff, not from the perspective of selling a product or marketing an idea or getting elected or anything like that, but just trying to see the overall picture and how it all speaks to each other. And from that point, I can write papers, I can write stories, I can write whatever. So for me, that was my passion for so many years. And then, as in politics anywhere, you kind of get beat up, and when you get beat up politically, you start to lose confidence in yourself. So, I went through that process too, losing confidence in myself and in my abilities and so forth. And eventually I became this kind of zombie who just really didn't try, or really didn't believe in himself. Nor was I focused, nor did I set priorities, nor did I do a radical concept called planning. Having an agenda, having a planning. What am I going to do this week? What am I going to do this month? And then following it through. I mean, who knew? Who knew that would work? What I did is I really kept everything in my head, and I was always in the mode of responding. And I never gave anything or nourished anything inside myself. And so I grew, but I could have grown more as an individual and as a person. The long story, or the short story of all of that, is you burn out, and there's drinking problems that evolve out of that, and when that comes, then you get into a deeper cycle of non-performance, of feeling bad about yourself, and beating yourself up over this, that, and the other thing. So I went through all of that, and one of the things that I realized is I've put so much work into one cause, did not make time for myself over the years, and really waited for another day to do things for me. For one magic day in the future, I will have everything together, my finances, my thinking, my priorities, all of that stuff is magically going to come out of the sky, and I would have it all together, and I would be able then to visit people. I would be able then to start writing books. I would be able to take photographs. I'd be able to make videos. I would be able to do all the things that I wanted to do, all the things that are in the inner creative person in me. And as a result, I just, I realized that day never comes. And so lately, in the last 2 or 3 years, I've been abandoning the idea of some magic day in the future, and accepting the fact that life is one struggle after another, but there's a joy in struggle. It's like the metaphor of, rather than looking at the person in the wheelchair, looking at the wheelchair itself. looking at the challenge, looking at the disability or the disorder, and what that creates in terms of dynamics. So that's kind of where I'm at. So I'll end this first video on that note, is that there's never a perfect time in life. Each day you die. Each day you die. Each day, well, you die too. But each day you breathe, you live a struggle. So the thing is to see struggles in a good way, and to live today. Don't wait for some magic future. Just live today. And that's why I started, taking photographs of rabbits and tree leaves, or flowers that have just got drenched on. That's bringing me a little bit of pleasure each day. And at the end of the day, I think through and try to summarize all of my photographs that day to capture whatever the day taught me, and therefore I've lived that day.